I got an idea. It's a spicy chip. It's gonna change everything. It will save our factory. And you're a janitor. Okay, no, hang on.
So this was pretty exciting. I want to know like how you even came upon this story because it's a really unique story.
Yes, no, it's super unique. I'm honored to be able to produce this movie and bring this story to the world. I met the subject of this story. His name is Richard Montañez. I met him about almost 7 years ago now. And when he and his wife, Judy, came into my office, I said to them, tell me your story. And as he told me their story, I was just blown away. And I just felt like, okay, by the end of the time, by the end of the meeting, I said to them, okay, I'm going to do this. And I didn't know how I was going to get it done, but I was so connected to just the uniqueness of his story. I just knew that I had to figure out a way to make this a reality.
You mentioned that him and his wife came in. I thought that was one of the really nice aspects of the movie is that she was such a supporter of him, and it was it made me cry because she just really loved him and then he appreciated her. So can you talk about that kind of, that storyline about how they really, they did it throughout their lives, right? Because they met when they were young.
Yeah, that was something that we really wanted to bring into the movie because you can't tell Richard's story without telling Judy's as well. And in real life, I mean, they've been married for decades. And, her supporting him supporting her, it was such an integral part of their real life story that including it in the movie was a necessity. And our thing is we just wanted to get it right. And I think that's one of the surprising things about the film is people aren't expecting this kind of dynamic love story that is the through line of the entire movie. And certainly, the payoff of which you've seen, is very satisfying and is very emotional. So, we wanted to incorporate it because it was essential to their real life story.
Another nice thing I thought that, movie guides were for the faith and family audience. And this movie really showed a great depiction of faith because I don't want to give away too much, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to give away too much, but it was a realistic, portrayal of faith. And so could you talk about, what you want the faith audience to get out of it in that premise of faith?
Sure. I want the faith audience to get out of it that we walk by faith, not by sight. And when you see this film, so much of what happens in the film has everything to do with him having a belief that there is something greater for him, that he can, help save jobs at the factory. And he has this crazy idea and this crazy vision. If only, there was a spicy product that could be marketed to his community. And so that is what faith is. Faith is seeing the unseen, walking by faith, not by sight, and that to me is what the movie, articulates. And also what I love is that at the beginning, he's a skeptic. And then to see him during the course of the film become a believer. I want when people of faith see the film, first of all, to have more passion, more compassion, and more patience for non-believers, because everyone's on their timeline and God's timeline, right? So often we want to rush people to become something that they aren't ready to be there yet, and that's okay. Just continue to, be a good example. And so I think this film shows that Judy is standing in her faith in the film, and even when Richard isn't standing in his. But, she doesn't chastise him about it. She just leads by example. Let's bring prayer into the home. Let's value prayer. And at first, he doesn't want to have anything to do with it. But over the course of the film, he sees that, wow, there is something to this prayer thing. There is something to what is going on in Judy's life. So my hope is that people of faith will see this film and something similar will happen in their lives where if they're not a believer, this could start the journey of that. And if they already are a believer, it'll give them more compassion for non-believers.
And it also is a good message to, the Latin American community, right?
Yeah.
My mom was Latin American. And so I loved that aspect about it. So what would you like to say to them? What would you hope, resonated with that audience?
That the movie is real, that we got it right. I mean, that was the number one priority, is to make sure that telling a story featuring a Latino family, just want to get it right. So, anyone in that community, any family in that community seeing the film, I want them when they turn it off, then they could say, wow, that was real. That was authentic. They got our story right. And then that they're so compelled by it, they want to tell others about it.
Yeah. And, he had a dream and he really fought for it and he was willing to to do anything at any level, right, to get there and to help his family. You know, it was also nice because when he did end up having a family, you know, his life kind of changed at that point too. So could you kind of expand on that? Because I mean, he kept saying, you know, now I got to take care of my family, you know, and he became a better man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the introduction of family into his life also came with the responsibility and accountability in a way that he had not experienced up until that point. And the idea that he was, you know, specifically now living for more than just himself, and that he needed to, you know, get his life straight, and that he needed to make sacrifices for his family, I think it's going to speak to families today. And it really shows the power of family. When all, you know, when his family came together and rallied around him, amazing things happened. And I do feel that anyone watching the film, any family watching the film, will be able to take that away for themselves.
Okay, you've got some great photos behind you.
Yes.
Is there anyone else on the wall there that you're going to show, you know, an inspiring story of? And
Oh man,
wow.
you know, listen, I would be honored to produce all of these true stories. I mean, shoot,
Yeah.
that would be amazing. I would love that. Nothing would make me happier than to be able to do that. So, you know, we'll see, you know, what God intends. But my intent is to continue to make uplifting true stories that can work for families all around the world.
I got a little hood there at the end, but
Burns good or burns bad? It burns good.
If you enjoy videos that follow your values like ours and you want to help us continue, go to movieguide.org/donate, because we're actually a nonprofit. You may not know that, but we're working in Hollywood every day to help families have more choices that follows their values. And also subscribe right now.